Just in the last hour, former Governor Andrew Cuomo officially announced a third-party run against Zohran Mamdani in the New York City mayoral race. Riding a wave of economic anger, though, Mamdani is still leading both Cuomo and sitting Mayor Eric Adams, handedly, by the way. But for some voters, economic frustration is not enough to appease their other big concern, anti-Semitism. One of them is Ariel Stachel, a Tony Award-winning actor and writer and Jewish Arab New Yorker, who posted this offer to Mamdani.
Zohran, I'm just like you. I'm 33, I'm brown, I love New York City, and most people can't pronounce my name. So it is thrilling to me that someone like us is succeeding at this level. And I am so proud to live in a world where a Muslim mayor may soon lead the largest city in the world. Now, I myself am an Arab Jew, so I've experienced prejudice my whole life. I was called terrorist as a kid for being brown. But lately, the hate that I felt has come because of my being Jewish. I've been in spaces here in New York City where the moment people learn that I'm Jewish or that my father was born in Israel, the son of Yemeni refugees, I'm alienated, unwelcome, I'm an enemy. Now, we live in a city where people are increasingly scared to share that they're Jewish. And what's frightening is this. In some circles, anti-Semitism isn't recognized as hate, it's framed as justice. Attacks against Jews aren't condemned, they are celebrated, seen as a righteous response to a government miles away, which makes it all the more dangerous. It's disguised as virtue. And I know you don't want to lead a city where people feel like that. So I have a request. Name anti-Semitism clearly. Not in footnotes, not with caveats, not lumped in with the many other very valid and real hate crimes in our city, but named as its own pain and its own danger. And I want you to have the courage to denounce explicitly any of your supporters who are blatantly anti-Semitic. Because we cannot live in a New York that is like that. So Zohran, I'm willing to partner with you to create a coalition of Jews and Muslims of every race, every background, who believe in a New York that belongs to everyone without erasure. So let's make it happen together. My inbox is open, brother.
Joining us now, Tony Award-winning actor and writer Ariel Stachel. Ari, good to have you.
Very happy to be here, Katie.
I guess what compelled you to post that video? By the way, that video stopped me in my tracks.
Well, thank you. What compelled me to make it was that this is a moment of intense fracture in this country, but a moment where we need a lot of unity. I myself experienced these kinds of prejudices my whole life. 9/11 changed my life completely. People criticized me on the playground for looking Arab. I went to a Jewish day school. I was told I looked too dark to be Jewish. So I see these prejudices living out moment to moment from the time I was 9 years old into today. And I think the cost for young people is really, really high. I spent almost 8 years of my life hiding my dad because I didn't want to be seen as Middle Eastern. And so it's very personal to me. And I feel like Zohran has captured young people in a way that a lot of politicians haven't. And so there's a lot of eyeballs on him. There's a lot of opportunity for him to bring people together. And so I wanted to extend my hand out and say, you know, if you're capturing culture right now, I'm here right alongside you as a Jewish person, as a brown person, to help us look at our community in a way that's not as monolithic.
He's gone out and he said he does not agree with anti-Semitism, obviously, that he wants to fight it, that he wants to raise money to fight it, that he says there's no place for it in New York City under him if he becomes mayor. He has rejected it. Why has that not been enough?
I think it hasn't been enough because I think that there's a sense that there are people in his base who really are anti-Semitic. And I think that there's been a sense that he hasn't been as vehemently denouncing their statements. But also, I think that there's a greater opportunity than the one that he's taking. It's one thing to bring Brad Lander, who is, you know, from a different generation. But what about people like me, whose parents are Israeli, whose grandparents come from Yemen, and who are saying, I feel uncomfortable walking into spaces and admitting to my ethnicity. And I think the exciting opportunity he has is because he's Muslim, he can really bring us together.
Yeah. Why do you feel uncomfortable walking into spaces? What's it like when you say, If you say I'm a Jew.
Well, just today, I was grabbing yogurt at the bodega before I came here, and a woman looked at me, brown skin just like me, and she started smiling at me. And she said, where are you from? And when that question happens to me, I shudder. And I say, Yemen, because it's a part of my truth. And she said, oh, I'm Palestinian, ahlan. And I said, sister. And I walked away. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live in a world where I feel uncomfortable sharing my roots.
And you're worried if you say I'm Israeli or I'm Arab
I lose the
Israeli,
connection. I'm
that
scared
she's
that
not going to react to you in the same way?
Yes, I'm scared that I lose that connection. And because I think that, again, anti-Semitism has become so broad right now that, like, if I'm the son of an Israeli father who is the son of a Yemeni immigrant, I still become a target in some ways. And
even if you just say I'm Jewish.
Even if I just say that, and yet something in both of our souls were connecting. She saw me as a brother and I saw her as a sister. And I want to get back to that. And I know that exists. And I know it existed for my grandfather in Yemen.
What do you want Mamdani to say that he has not yet said? What do you think is going to make it better? What will, I mean, if you think part of his base is anti-Semitic, what is going to convince them to maybe take another look at their own personal views?
Well, here's how I define anti-Semitism. I think it is complete fair game to criticize the Israeli government and to criticize Netanyahu and his conduct in the war. I really am okay with that. But the second that people who are speaking Hebrew or wearing yarmulkes or have Stars of David on the street are being attacked, to account for that government, that's anti-Semitism. So I want him to delineate it in that way. But I also think that there's an opportunity to create a coalition, and that's what I keep saying. A lot of people don't know Jewish people, and that's why I'm on this show with you. I want people to see I'm brown, I'm Yemeni, I feel fully like an Arab, but I'm also Jewish.
There was some issue with him not denouncing Globalize the Intifada.
Yeah.
He didn't say it himself, he says, but he has not come out and denounced it. He said, it's not language that I use.
Yeah, and there are people probably more qualified to target him on that particular point, but I'm really just looking to the future, and I'm saying I relate to you, Zohran Mamdani. I'm sure your experience as a kid was like mine.
Yeah.
We're brown, we probably got teased in the same ways, people couldn't pronounce our names, and I'm here to help you learn. If you're willing to learn.
So you made that call. It's gotten a ton of views on social media. Yeah. Have you heard from the campaign?
I've not heard from the campaign yet.
Why not?
I don't know. His mom liked it, though.
Yeah, that's good.
His mom liked it, but maybe his mom will talk to the campaign.
We also reached out to the campaign to see if they've seen the video or if they plan on talking to you. We haven't received a response yet. It's been out for a couple weeks. I guess if you're going to sit down with him and talk it out, I mean, you're offering to help him. What does that look like?
So what it looks like to me is town halls. It's being in public spaces with people who identify as Israeli. It's being in spaces with multicultural Jews who are the descendants of Yemenite immigrants, of Iraqi immigrants, of Ethiopian immigrants, and to sort of make it very clear that the image that we have of Jews right now in this country is monolithic. And we're flattened to a stereotype, and that's not who we are. And I think he has eyes and he has the attention of young people, and I want young people to start understanding the wider lens of the Jewish community. And I would be the first one to help him with that.
Ari Stachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Really, really a pleasure to have you.
Thanks.